I should have kept driving. That's what I tell myself now. But after 12 hours on the road, fighting rain and fog, I was nodding off at the wheel. The Pines Motor Inn appeared like a gift, one of those small roadside places with 8 rooms in a line and a blinking vacancy sign. The clerk was maybe 20, eyes glued to his phone. Didn't look up when I asked for a room. 45, cash only. He slid a key across the counter. Room 4. The room smelled like old carpet and lemon cleaner. The kind of place where everything's been there since 1987. Floral bedspread, boxy TV, phone bolted to the nightstand. But it was clean enough. I locked the door, texted my sister that I'd made it somewhere safe, and collapsed onto the bed. I woke up around 2 a.m. to the sound of crying, muffled, coming through the wall to my left. A woman, sobbing quietly, like she was trying not to be heard. Then a thump, like something hitting the floor. I sat up, listening. Another thump, then silence. I waited, but the crying didn't start again. Probably a couple fighting, I thought. None of my business. I rolled over and tried to go back to sleep. Then I heard the tapping. 3 soft knocks, right on the wall behind my headboard. Tap, tap, tap. I froze. It came again, same rhythm, same spot. "Hello?" I said quietly. Nothing. But the air felt wrong somehow. Heavy. I grabbed my phone and went to the office. The clerk was still there, scrolling through TikTok. "Hey, someone in room 5. I think they might need help. I heard crying and room 5's empty," he said without looking up. "What? Been empty since Tuesday. It's just you and the guy in room 7 tonight. I heard someone. A woman crying." He finally looked at me annoyed. "Walls are thin, man. You probably heard the TV from 7. Or the pipes. This place is old. It wasn't a TV." He shrugged. "What do you want me to do?" "The room's empty. Door's locked. You can check out if you're uncomfortable." I stood there for a second, then went back to my room. Maybe he was right. Old building, thin walls, exhaustion messing with my head, but I couldn't shake the feeling. I got back into bed and stared at the ceiling. The rain had stopped. Everything was too quiet now. That's when I heard my name. David. A whisper, barely audible, coming from the other side of the wall. My blood went cold. Nobody here knew my name. I hadn't told the clerk, hadn't talked to anyone. "David, please." It was a woman's voice, weak, desperate. "Please help me." I got out of bed, heart pounding. "Who is this?" No answer. "How do you know my name?" Silence. Then, after a long pause, "Please, open the door." I backed away from the wall. "What door?" "Your door. Please. He's going to come back." Every instinct told me not to move. "Don't open that door. Don't even look through the peephole." I stood in the middle of the room, barely breathing. Then the door handle moved. Someone was trying to turn it, slowly, carefully, testing it. "Open the door," the voice said again, louder now, coming from right outside. I grabbed my keys and moved to the far corner, phone in hand. The handle jiggled again, then stopped. Footsteps, moving away from my door toward the office. I stayed frozen for what felt like an hour. Eventually, I heard a car start and drive away. I didn't sleep the rest of the night. When the sun came up, I packed my bag and checked the parking lot through the window. My car was there. One other car, probably the guy in room 7. No sign of anyone else. I opened my door carefully. Everything looked normal. I walked past room 5 and glanced at the window. The curtain moved, just barely, like someone had been standing there and stepped back. I went straight to the office. Different clerk now, older woman, 60s maybe. "Was there anyone in room 5 last night?" I asked. She checked the computer. "No, hun. That room's been closed for cleaning since Wednesday. Why?" What happened Wednesday? She hesitated, then lowered her voice. A woman stayed there Tuesday night, checked in alone. Wednesday morning, housekeeping found the room torn apart. Mattress off the bed, mirror broken. She was gone, left all her stuff. My mouth went dry. Did they find her? Not yet. Police think she left with someone. There were... She paused. Signs of a struggle. I felt sick. Did they catch whoever? No, she said quietly. They're still looking. I left without another word, got in my car and drove. But before I pulled out, I looked at room 5 one last time. The door was open, just a crack. And I swear I saw someone standing in the darkness inside, watching me leave. I didn't stop driving until I crossed state lines. Later, I checked my phone. That text I'd sent my sister, the one saying I'd made it somewhere safe, had never gone through. No signal, the screen said. But someone had typed a response in my messages anyway, unsent, just sitting there in the draft box. Room 4, come get me. I deleted the thread, deleted her number. I know that makes me sound crazy, but I couldn't have that on my phone. Because I never told anyone which room I was in, and the text was sent at 2:17 a.m., right when the knocking started.
I travel for work about twice a month. Always the same routine. Book a decent hotel, nothing fancy, unpack enough to feel human, and try to sleep through the jet lag. After 5 years of this, you stop noticing the details. Hotels all blur together. But I remember this one. It was a Courtyard or a Fairfield, somewhere in Columbus. 3 nights for a conference. The room was standard. Queen bed, desk by the window, bathroom with those bottles of shampoo no one uses. I got in around 8 p.m., ordered room service, and passed out by 10. The first weird thing happened the next morning. I'd left my laptop bag on the desk, zipped shut. When I woke up, it was unzipped. Not wide open, just enough that the zipper pull had moved 6 inches down from where I'd left it. I stood there staring at it, trying to remember if I'd opened it before bed. Maybe I had. Maybe I'd grabbed my charger and forgotten. But something felt off. Nothing was missing. Laptop still there, wallet still in my jacket. I shook it off and went to the conference. That night, I came back around 11. The room had been cleaned, fresh towels, bed made, trash emptied. Normal. But when I went to brush my teeth, I noticed my toiletry bag had been moved. I'd left it on the left side of the counter. Now it was on the right. Small thing. Housekeeping probably just moved it to wipe down the counter. But then I smelled it. That sharp, chemical smell. Like industrial cleaning solution. Strong enough that it stung my nose a little. I checked the time. 11:20 p.m. Housekeeping doesn't clean this late, do they? I called the front desk. Hi, yeah, I'm in room 314. Did housekeeping come by tonight? Let me check. No, sir. Housekeeping ends at 6 p.m. Your room would have been serviced this afternoon. Are you sure? Because it smells like someone just cleaned in here. Pause. It's possible they serviced your room late, but I don't see any notes. Is there a problem? No, just seems strange. I can send someone up to check if you'd like. No, it's fine. Thanks. I hung up and stood in the middle of the room, listening to the AC hum. Everything looked normal. I was just tired, paranoid. I put the deadbolt on and the swing latch, went to bed. The second night, I woke up at 2:47 a.m. I don't know why. No loud noise, no alarm. Just that feeling you get when something's wrong. I lay there in the dark, eyes adjusting. The blackout curtains were pulled shut, but a thin line of light from the hallway came under the door. The AC hummed. The mini-fridge clicked on. Then I heard it. Fabric. The soft sound of fabric brushing against fabric, like someone adjusting their shirt.
It came from near the bathroom. I didn't move, didn't breathe, just listened. Another sound, quieter, a footstep on carpet, weight shifting. Someone was in my room. My phone was on the nightstand, charging. I couldn't reach for it without moving. The TV was off, just a black screen across from the bed, but I could see it faintly reflecting the room. And in that reflection, I saw a shape, a person. Standing near the foot of the bed, my heart stopped. I kept my eyes half closed, pretending to be asleep, watching the reflection. The figure wasn't moving, just standing there, watching me. I don't know how long it lasted, maybe 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. Then the shape moved, slowly, carefully, toward the door. I heard the faintest click of the handle turning. The door opened 6 inches, stopped by the swing latch. A pause. Then the door closed again, soft as a whisper. Another sound, a metallic scrape. Then the latch disengaged from the inside. The door opened, a sliver of hallway light. The figure slipped out. The door clicked shut. I shot up, heart hammering, and lunged for the deadbolt. Locked it, put the latch back on, grabbed my phone and turned on every light. The room was empty, but my suitcase, which I'd left zipped on the luggage rack, was open. Not all the way, just unzipped 8 inches. And my wallet, which had been in my jacket pocket, was now on the desk. I called the front desk, hands shaking. Someone was just in my room. I'm sorry, what? Someone was in my room. I woke up and someone was standing in here. They just left. Sir, that's... Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Send security, now. 2 security guards came up within 5 minutes. They checked the hallway, checked my room, checked the locks. Everything looked normal. No signs of forced entry. Did you have the deadbolt on? One of them asked. Yes, and the swing latch. They exchanged a glance. Sir, if both were engaged, no one could have gotten in, not even with a key. I'm telling you what happened. They took a report, said they'd review the hallway cameras, offered to move me to another room. I took it. The next morning I went to the front desk to check out early. A different clerk, a woman in her 50s with tired eyes. I heard about last night, she said quietly. I'm really sorry. Do you know what happened? She hesitated, then leaned in slightly. We had an employee fired 2 months ago. Housekeeping. She didn't turn in her master key. My stomach dropped. What? We changed the codes on the doors, but the swing latch is open from the inside, if someone knows how. You're saying she's been coming into rooms? We don't know for sure, but you're the 3rd guest this month who's reported something like this. Why didn't you tell me? Corporate's handling it. We've been trying to track her down, but she's not at her last known address. Police are involved. I checked out. Didn't stay for the last night of the conference. A week later, I got a call from a detective in Columbus. They'd arrested someone. A woman in her 40s, former employee. Found dozens of stolen items in her apartment. Jewelry, cash, laptops. She'd been using her old master key to enter rooms between 2 and 4 a.m. when guests were asleep. She'd been doing it for months. The detective said I was lucky. Some guests never even woke up. I asked him what she was doing in the rooms, why she just stood there. He said they weren't sure. She wouldn't talk much during questioning, but one of the other victims said she'd woken up to find the woman standing over her bed, just staring. When they asked the woman why, she said, I just wanted to see if they'd notice. I don't travel as much anymore, and when I do, I stack furniture against the door, because I keep thinking about that moment, waking up and seeing her shape in the reflection, and wondering how many other nights she'd been there, nights I didn't wake up. We weren't supposed to stop that night. Emma wanted to push through to Asheville, but I was falling asleep at the wheel around 11 p.m. We'd been driving for 9 hours, and the GPS showed nothing but dark highway for another 60 miles. Then we saw the sign, Blue Ridge Motor Court, vacancy. It was one of those old mom-and-pop places,
Single-story, L-shaped building with maybe a dozen rooms. The kind that probably looked charming in the 60s, but now just looked forgotten. The office light was on, and that was enough. The manager was in his 70s, silver hair, flannel shirt. He seemed surprised to see us. "Need a room for the night," I said. He looked at his computer, an ancient desktop that hummed like a generator, and frowned. "Only got one left. Room 107. "That's fine." He hesitated, fingers hovering over the keyboard. "You sure you don't want to drive up to the Holiday Inn? About 40 minutes north." Emma and I exchanged a look. "We're pretty tired," she said. "Is there a problem with the room?" No. Just, it's the end unit. Quieter back there, but some folks don't like being so far from the office." He printed out a receipt and handed me a physical key. "Checkout's at 10. Room 107 was at the far corner of the property, past a row of empty rooms with dark windows. Our headlights swept across the door as we pulled up. White paint, brass numbers, nothing unusual. But when I unlocked it, the smell hit me immediately. Bleach. Strong chemical bleach. The kind that burns your nose. "Jesus," Emma said, covering her face. "Did they just clean this?" I flipped on the light. The room looked standard. 2 double beds, floral bedspreads, a TV bolted to the dresser. But something felt off about it. Too clean, maybe. Like they'd scrubbed it raw. Emma opened the window to air it out. "I don't know about this. It's just bleach. Better than staying somewhere dirty, right?" She didn't look convinced, but we were both exhausted. We brought our bags in and started getting ready for bed. That's when I noticed the door frame. Deep scratches in the wood. 4 parallel lines, like someone had clawed at it, starting about chest height and dragging down toward the handle. "Em, look at this." She came over, squinting at the marks. "That's weird." "Yeah." We both stood there for a second. Then she shook her head. "Probably a dog. Someone smuggled in a pet and it freaked out or something." "Maybe, but dogs don't scratch that high." I tried to shake it off. We brushed our teeth, changed, and got into bed. Emma turned off the light, and the room went dark except for the glow of the parking lot light through the curtains. I was almost asleep when she grabbed my arm. "Do you hear that?" I listened. At first nothing, just the hum of the mini-fridge. Then I heard it. A sound coming from the vent above the bathroom. Low, rhythmic, like breathing. Or whispering. "It's just the AC," I said. "That's not the AC." We both lay there, listening. The sound stopped, then started again. Definitely not mechanical. It sounded human. Emma sat up. "I don't like this. It's probably someone in the next room. Sound travels through the vents. There's no one in the next room. We're in 107. This is the last unit." She was right. I got up and walked to the bathroom, listening. The sound was clearer now. A low murmur, like someone talking to themselves, coming from the vent in the ceiling. I stood on the toilet and put my ear near the grate. The voice stopped. Silence. Then, very faintly, "Help." I jumped down so fast I nearly slipped. "What?" Emma was standing in the doorway. "What is it?" I think someone said something. "Said what?" I didn't want to tell her. I don't know. Maybe I imagined it. "We're leaving." "Em, it's midnight. We're both tired. It's probably just, I don't care. We're leaving." But I convinced her to wait until morning. Told her we'd leave first thing, just get a few hours of sleep. She agreed, but she didn't turn off the bathroom light. Left it on all night. I didn't sleep much. Every time I started to drift off, I'd hear something. A creak from the ceiling, a faint scratching sound. Once, around 3 a.m., I could have sworn I heard footsteps outside our door. When the sun came up, Emma was already packing. "We're going," she said. "Now. Let me just use the bathroom first." I went in and stared at the vent. In the daylight it looked normal, just a white metal grate, probably installed in the 80s. but something made me grab the desk chair and stand on it. The screws were loose. I pulled the grate off easily, too easily, and shined my phone light into the duct. At first, I didn't see anything, just sheet metal and dust. Then I saw it. A small Ziploc bag wedged in the corner of the duct. Inside was a phone, old model, cracked screen, and next to it, a driver's license. A woman's license, someone I didn't recognize, issued 3 years ago. My hands started shaking. I grabbed the bag and got down, heart pounding. Em. She came to the doorway. What? I showed her. Her face went pale. What the fuck? I don't know. Put it back. Put it back right now. Shouldn't we? Put it back and let's go. I shoved it back in the duct, screwed the grate on, and we left. Didn't check out. Didn't say goodbye to the manager. Just got in the car and drove. We were 20 miles down the road before either of us spoke. We should call the police, Emma said. And say what? We found a phone in a vent? That woman's ID
Could be anything. Could be stolen, could be someone who lost it years ago. But I didn't believe that, and neither did she. When we got home, I looked up the name on the license. I found an article from 2 years ago, a missing person case. Last seen at a motel off Highway 74, the Blue Ridge Motor Court. The article said she'd checked in alone and never checked out. Her car was still in the parking lot the next morning, but she was gone. Police searched the area, interviewed the staff. Nothing. Case went cold. I should have called someone, should have told the police what we found, but I didn't, because the more I thought about it, the more I realized something that made my stomach turn. That smell, the bleach, the scratches on the doorframe, the dent in the headboard I'd noticed but didn't mention to Emma. A deep impact, right above the pillow, like something heavy had hit it, and that voice in the vent. Help. I think about room 107 a lot, about what happened there, about whether that woman is still missing, or if someone knows exactly where she is. And I think about the manager, the way he hesitated, the way he tried to send us somewhere else. It's the last one available. I don't think that was true. I think room 107 is always available, because no one who stays there ever complains.